This week, I'm sharing a project that you may or may not have seen in the community already, and it is the Breathe and Hope Shawl that's designed by Casapinka. It's designed to be simple with the hope that it will add some calm and color to your day. Now today, I want to brainstorm about some ideas for pairing colors and yarns for this project. Hi there, I'm Felicia from Sweet Georgia, and this is Taking Back Friday. We come here every Friday to talk about knitting and spinning and weaving and dyeing, but more importantly, we come here every Friday to share about how important it is to make time to make things. And it's not about making things for the sake of the things. It's always been about how the process of making things is calming and restorative. So now for the past few weeks, I've been zooming through sweater knitting. It's really captured me because I've been really pleased and successful with the projects that I've made lately. So I love having a knitted sweater to throw on top of whatever I happen to be wearing. Plus, my husband and I are complete opposites, and now he's working at home, and it's very interesting because he's always overheating and I'm always feeling cold. And so over the past couple of years, we've had this sort of ongoing thing where I'll be working away in the office and I'll realize that it's really, really cold, and I'll check the thermostat and see that Dan's completely flipped the heating off entirely. He does this even in the winter time. And so then I will turn the heat back on, and then it'll take about a day to heat up, and then he'll find it too hot and then he'll flip it off again. And so a couple months ago, our boiler completely and totally broke down, and it was in the dead of winter when it was snowing outside. It was really hard to repair. But the technician did say that flipping the heat on and off might have contributed to the death of our boiler. You know, you're listening to this, and as a knitter, you're probably going to suggest that the answer is simply just to put on another sweater. So yes, you could do that, but you could also toss on a shawl. And so looking back at all of the sweaters that I've knit in my lifetime, you know, from last week's vlog episode, I think actually I've knitted way more shawls than sweaters. Because for sweaters, you need to check gauge, you need to measure yourself. It could be very discouraging if the gauge doesn't work out or the sweater doesn't fit. And so shawls have none of those issues. So you don't need to check gauge if you don't really want to. You don't need to worry about sizes that much if you don't want to. You can generally extend the shawl size to whatever you need it to be. And so for that reason, knitting shawls is kind of like the perfect canvas to play with color, yarn, texture, whatever. It's designed to be an accent piece. It's kind of a topper to whatever you want to put them on. So you can make them crazy or quirky or whatever you like. So let's talk about the Breathe and Hope Shawl designed by Casapinka. So it's designed to be simple, and it's a boomerang shape, meaning that it starts with just 4 stitches in one corner. You don't have to cast on 800 stitches, you cast on 4 stitches, and then you gradually increase the number of stitches on the needle as you knit it. So it looks like there's some garter stripes on here, looks like there might be some eyelets, so just like yarn overs, very, very simple. And it looks like vertical stripes. It looks kind of a little bit like corrugated ribbing, but it's not ribbing, it's just vertical stripes. So the designer's intention is that it will bring some comfort to people during this time. Now, before we talk about colors, I just want to pause a moment and think about the idea of breathing and hoping. This week is week 8 of being at home. And we've developed some new routines around the house, and some things have gotten better. Like the quarantine version of my husband is learning how to cook, and we all play board games or chess in the evenings now. But some things have not gotten easier, like homeschooling and working from home has not gotten easier. So for the past couple of weeks, the teachers at the school have been recommending that the kids try Cosmic Kids, which is a YouTube channel that teaches kids how to do yoga. And so I was a bit skeptical at the beginning, but watching the kids learn about mindful breathing has actually been pretty cool. When I'm listening to them do these yoga videos, one of the things that the instructor, Jamie, says is about breathing. It doesn't need to be big, deep breaths to be helpful. All it needs to be is intentional, and that can be as simple as just noticing your breathing. So that's been helping, and I watch the kids calm down because of this whole breathing exercise, and I've been doing it too, just really pausing to notice your breathing. Now, going back to Casapinka's shawl pattern here, the only thing that you need is actually 2 skeins of yarn. So 1 skein of solid sock yarn and 1 variegated. So immediately I have some ideas about what we could use for a pattern like this. So you know that I have been working away on my CHAUNCEY sweater, and this is about where I am right now. I have just more body to knit, but it's just zooming along. It's gonna be nice. So with this yoke, I used a party of 5 for the yoke in gemstone, and I have a whole bunch left over. So you can see that I have here a lot of yarn left over still. And so one of the options that I was thinking, option A, is that I could use this as the solid color and just kind of fade it in. Just as soon as I run out of one color, go to the next color and so on. So just fade that color in. And then the other color, which would be the variegated color, I would use this one here. This one is a skein that I dyed for one of the dyeing courses. I think it was like a demonstration. And so it's just leftover demonstration skein from one of my dyeing classes. So I thought pairing this together with this party of 5 would look pretty nice, right? So something like that. That's option A. Now, a second option that I've been thinking about is sock blanks, only because I happen to have a few of them here in the attic. These are leftovers from the weaving course that I made about weaving sock blanks. And so one of the things about weaving sock blanks is that I had to unravel them and then wind them into skeins to pre-wash them and relax the kink out of them before weaving with them. But one of the joys of working with a sock blank is literally to just unravel them as you knit them. Just unravel a little bit at a time. And it allows us to not have to wind this into a ball before knitting with it. And so it's great. You can just get started. So one of my options is here to combine this Andromeda sock blank with the other one that I have here. This is the Alpine sock blank, and to use these 2 gradients to fade through the entire shawl. So this could be, just designate this as color A, and then this could be the contrast color B, and so this would stand in for the variegated colorway. So these 2 sock blanks together, that is option B. Now the third option to go with is the recommended and most straightforward option, which is a solid and a splashy. So here we've made some easy combinations for you. We made 4 color sets for the Breathe and Hope Shawl here, all using our spring colorways. So we paired a solid with a splashy for each one of these sets. And these were actually really fun to put together, simply because we named them for things that we're looking forward to, either this summer or when we're allowed to leave the house. Things like this one is called Sprinklers on a Hot Day. We have one here called Picnic in the Park, this combination. This combination here is called Napping in the Sun. And this last one is called Ice Cream on the Boardwalk. So if you're interested in any of these are all available in the shop now as well. So let me know what you guys think your favorite combination might be. I would love to hear, you guys can actually vote for me and let me know which one of these I should make. Let me know if you want combo A, which is the party of 5 with the leftover splashy, these ones, or if you think the 2 sock blanks together would make a nice Breathe and Hope shawl, or one of these combinations here. I'd love to hear it. Just leave your comment down below. One thing I wanted to remind you also is if you are ever curious about any of the things that we mention here in the vlog, or anything that I happen to be wearing, or anything that I happen to be showing or talking about, I'm trying to do a really good job right now of writing much more detailed show notes. So all of those things will be on our blog, so you can go to SweetGeorgiaYarns.com and look for the blog, and all of the posts will be there with all the details and everything. I have a lot of things that are currently on deck. So obviously I'm finishing this CHAUNCEY sweater. It's straight stockinette in the round, so it's really wonderful right now. I also have had a few more brain cells to rub together, and so I managed to figure out how to do the next part of my brioche hat pattern. And so now that I know how to do these next 2 stitches to make these curvy swirly things, I'm going to record another video about how I do those 2 stitches for the 2-color brioche hat here. And I recently also got some new crochet hooks. These ones are from CHIAOGOO. So I have picked up this and a bunch of undyed DK weight yarn. And so now I can finally assemble my crochet square blanket. So this is another project that's going on right now as well. So lots of things that are going to be coming in the coming weeks. Just have to do them. So thank you so much for being here. If you like this episode, please do hit the like button. If you have made the Breathe in Hope shawl, please do let me know, message in the comments, let me know, send me a link to a picture or something like that. I would love to see what color combination you came up with for this particular project. If you'd like to see more content like this, please do hit subscribe. We come here every Friday and we talk about knitting and yarn and color and happy things. Thank you so much for being here. I will see you in the next one. All right, bye for now.